Amazing, amazing. Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, beautiful being. So grateful to have you once again.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Are we coming in clear for you, Kartika?
Yes, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Okay, let me see here. Let me get a good position here. Oh
Yes.
man, it's already a beautiful day. The sun is about to peek over the horizon. It's great to see you again.
Ah, same here. So happy to see you. You were in a different place, Arizona.
Yeah, Sedona, Arizona. And before we get into it, I actually have something that I wanted to tell you.
I would love to know.
So, a little birdie told me, do you hear the birdies in the distance?
Yes.
So as I was walking today, one of the little birdies told me, I only feel high vibes, chill with nice tribes. Big wide smiles, the real fine life. I am manifesting, even when I'm resting. We don't want them other things, we just want the
Come
best
to
thing.
the
Feel high vibes,
Oh,
chill with nice
with
tribes.
my
Big
tribe.
wide smiles, the
Nice
real
one.
fine life.
Oh my
I am
God, you know it
manifesting,
better.
even when I'm
Even
resting.
when I'm
We don't want them
resting.
other things, we just want the
What is
best
the
thing. Come
best
on.
thing? Colors, colors, colors of the cloud, colors of the spirits, and colors all around.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Colors, colors, colors within and colors without. Woo! Oh
Come
my
on.
God. Oh my
Awesome.
God. You're amazing.
Awesome.
You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
We needed that. We needed that rap. You came ASAP with the rap. We needed that, Kartika.
Woo, woo, woo. Thank you. Thank you. It was your inspiration. I'm still learning, but definitely you inspired me to like write it and then record it with my friend, and I'm so grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're showing us how to expand love. You know,
Yeah. Expand love.
you're teaching us. This is the
You
mission.
you 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 seem very different today. So you are on a breatharian retreat, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Your energy is different.
How is it different?
So I feel it's more strong. It's like, yeah. Yeah. What would you say? Do you feel different also?
Well, I'm definitely enjoying the synergy of the group that I'm with right now. So, you know, there's mentorship, but then there's also fellowship. So I feel like having fellowship with these like-minded beings who are on the same journey, on the same path, kind of going in the same direction, in one accord, we kind of unite our forces, and it feels like the energy is magnetized. It's magnified, it's built up.
Wow.
So it does feel stronger. And even out here, just being in Sedona, it feels stronger. So thank you for that confirmation.
Oh, what is it about Sedona that makes you feel stronger?
Oh my goodness. Oh man, I wish I could show you, Kartika. I wish you could see this. So, you probably can't. You can't really see, but like, there's so many mountains in the distance. Like, we've been hiking all up in the mountains. There's different areas and stuff, and it's just like a vortex. They say this is one of the, like, if the earth has chakras or energy centers, they say this is one of them. This is one of the chakras of the world, you know? So,
Wow.
yeah, being here is definitely like, it's almost just a spiritual experience just to be here in Sedona. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God. I had no idea. You inspired me, to come. But what would you say? So there are two things that came to my mind. Number one, I saw the video from Elitom where he's like sending out light with all of you guys, and it was so
Yes.
powerful.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Hmm.
It was so powerful. Like I could feel it in, sitting here. I saw that video
Right.
and I was like, oh my God, all these faces. So we kind of leave that energy in the quantum, right? And then it goes. Is it?
It keeps going. So I love being able to do like that energy transmission. And you did the same thing for me. Like, when I heard your rap, you know, you were transmitting that energy through the
Oh,
technology, through the device, and it was
yeah.
able to touch me, you know. So we can touch lives at the touch of a button, you know. It doesn't take much today. Yeah.
Wow, yeah. It's so amazing. I was just thinking about like the network of Mother Earth. So there's the network of plants and trees, and then, they communicate with us. And then we've created this network of internet, through which we can reach each other so fast. And probably before we would just like doing it telepathically, well, it's like it's such a beautiful like way,
Right.
right?
Exactly. Exactly.
In some ways we have brought telepathy into like material way, that you can see and then you just feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, you know, it's like technology is built off of our makeup, you know. We studied ourselves and then we learned how to make this technology by studying ourselves. That's what they say. So it's like the eyes and the shutter of the aperture of the eyes, you have the camera. You know, you have your
Yeah.
camera with the eye, you have your radio with the ear, you have, you know, all sorts of things. And like what you said with telepathy, you know, we each can get that ping, you know, we can get that ping, but also we can ping each other through this technology. So we can do it in so many different ways. Yeah.
Yeah, and then people would say it's so much about perspective. People would say, "Oh my God, the world is going to like hell," and then the human consciousness is like devolving. But in so many different ways, like if you just shift your perspective, you will see, wow, like so many things are happening. Even this, like so many things that we can think of which just indicate evolution. For example, we're not fighting wars anymore. It's like there are different kinds of wars going on, but at least it's not like World War II and or World War One. And then we have internet. It's like it's so epic.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I would love to, because I agree with you. And I'd love to ask you, you know, when it comes to being able to tap in, because you seem so tapped in and tuned in when you come on here. And I know that you have to do it for yourself to be able to be so available for everyone else. There's such a thing as like we're tapping into the internet. So this is the internet, but then there's also the internet, you know, and then there's also the ethernet, you know? So when it comes to tapping into the ethernet or going back to the internet, you know, the inner you, what do you find so gratifying or satisfying about doing that? You know, having that time for yourself before you give it to everyone else.
Well, I think it's very much similar to the food journey that that I have been through, and probably you as well. You can share more about it. But it's like you realize that the shorter pleasures that you get, just out of something external, is not as satisfying as what you feel like this radiance that comes out of you. It's like so, it's life giving. It's like it's so natural. It's something that we naturally desire. I think it's just about once you get it, you're like, oh, this is what I want truly. And I'm getting caught up sometimes maybe when I am chasing short-term pleasures, which kind of maybe don't serve me. So I think that is how it works. It's like it's just so beautiful to be in that tapped in frequency that there's nothing more, nothing like that's the path. What else
Right.
do we want, right?
What would you call like, you know, one of those short-term pleasures that you feel don't really serve you? You know, what would you call one of those?
Well, maybe it could be I'm not like going after it anymore, but it could be salt. Like I left salt and I think I it's like at some levels I would like to have it, but I'm like, no, it's like going back to the loop of addiction and I don't want to go on it
Mm-hmm.
anymore. And it's like, oh, I'm out of it. It's okay, like done. Another
Mm-hmm.
thing is probably short-term pleasure would be using my phone sometimes and like getting lost in it and being like, I would have been better off just not doing it. But I don't think I'm doing anything which is like very destructive. I just sometimes it goes here and there and then it comes back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then maybe sometimes when I don't know if it's pleasure, but how it works, sometimes my patterns do get over me, they take me over. And even though I'm aware that now I'm in the pattern of something that I need to change. I think that's also in some ways, you're getting pleasure out of like some suffering. I don't know.
Pleasure out of suffering.
Maybe I don't know why
Well,
we're just so used to that lower density. I don't know. You could tell me.
yeah, like so go into that. So what is this pleasure and pain principle? Is there a balance of pleasure and pain where we get pain from pleasure or where we get pleasure from pain?
Wow, this is an interesting one. We get pleasure from being. I really don't know. I wouldn't know.
My
Do I get
like
pleasure?
have one without the other? Because like you said in your in all of your salt videos, you're like the situation was salty. Why do we call it salty? Like,
Yes.
you know? And like you said, it was so hard to give up salt, at the time at first. It got easier later on, but at first, you had to use cucumbers and different things to try and trick your mind or trick your taste buds until they changed, until your palate was able to change. So even though it was painful, you still got pleasure out of salty things, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. This is interesting. So yeah, but so if I had to, if I had to look at it in any way, I think it's just we have come to experience some duality. And we
Say,
experience it. We have come to experience some duality, and we experience it till the time we really want to experience it, because uh, there is this one line that I always use, which is, if we all were going to church, then life would not be so interesting and fun. It's like if everyone was a saint, it would be like really boring. So like we go into these dualities to, it's like it's all about experience, right? And so the denser experiences, and yeah, it's I think it's just okay to even have pleasure out of pain till the time people want to have it, right? What would you say?
you're right. You're right. I agree with you, Kartika. So you're saying there wouldn't be as much diversity without density. If things
Yeah.
weren't as, we wouldn't be as diverse.
Yeah.
So we
Verb.
have a friend as well, Sunray. Sunray Soldiers in the comment section, and Sunray says, "We get pleasure from pain because we can learn to heal and share it." How does that resonate with you?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's part of the game that we are
Part of
playing. Yeah. It's like we like to be heroes, so what we would do, like have some pain and then become the hero, and then there's like war going on between evil and good. You're always winning, kind of a thing. The good is winning. Yeah.
so part of the game that you're playing. So like this avatar that you've customized named Kartika, you've customized your avatar to your specific, your specifications. You're playing the game, you're leveling up, you're getting more skills and attributes, you know. So I guess getting good at playing this game, do you feel like you enjoy a challenge? Do you feel like you're giving yourself these challenges?
Yeah, for sure. I am the creator. And so are you. And so is everyone else. So for sure.
So is the only purpose to give ourselves these challenges, is it to evolve or is it to expand? Or what is the purpose of giving yourself that challenge, you know?
I think essentially is just experience. But what happens in the game is that we expand. Because essentially we are it, right? So, and then we just like playing to get to know ourselves, is how I see it. I don't know. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah. It's lovely to see it that way, to take things less seriously, you know? In a world where a lot of people take things so seriously, to come back to the inner child and to play again, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you see life? What would you say? Why are we here? Why are we doing these challenges?
I kind of love the William Shakespeare, where he's like, all the world's a stage, you know, and we are all players here. We all have a role to play, but all the world's a stage, you know. So I do enjoy a challenge. I'm a gamer at heart. I used to spend many hours, many days of my life playing video games. And now I feel like I'm leveling up in real life. So it really feels good to see different things come to fruition and be on this mission, because back in the day it didn't feel as fulfilling as it does right now. So thank you for
So
that
that you
question.
can, yeah. So you're coming to the fruition to fulfill your mission and follow your vision.
Come on! You, it's
um,
easy. It's too easy. It's like an alley oop. You know, I throw it up, she dunks it. She dunks it.
oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love it how you jump. You're like a little monkey, like going on full power.
And that's it right there, Kartika. You know, you just transferred that energy. You did it just like
Oh,
that. You know, through your
thank,
flowetry, your poetry. Yo.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I had another thought when we were talking about this flow and the vortex that you were talking about that you're experiencing in Serodona. Have you been to India? And like, how do you see maybe like, some friends of yours or something who have been to India? Would you say that India also has this vortex of energy, especially in like the mountains in the Himalayas or maybe by the sea?
Okay.
What do you?
Okay. This is a very multi-layered question. So I want to say first off, my goodness, Kartika, I would love to come to India. This is definitely on my list. It's one of my dreams to come to this land. I definitely want to come and see India for so many reasons, you know. And I do have friends there now. I have you. I also
Yes,
have a wonderful friend, Nikita, Gurev. We call him G, and
yeah.
you know, other folks in India who are just doing wonderful things. And I just enjoy just the mentality, the philosophy, the spirituality, all the things that come from India. I really revere. So thank you for asking that, because you're just continuing to give me visions of that eventual manifestation, and it's going to be made real. So thank you.
Oh, oh, my home is your home. From the bottom of my heart. Please come. You have a very beautiful place waiting for you. And I also have a very beautiful forest, which we're converting. It's a eucalyptus forest, and
Okay.
we're converting it to a fruit forest. I have an amazing video also that we made. So there's not much infrastructure that we have been able to build on that, but I'm sure you wouldn't need much. It's like natural, space. And other than that, I also have so many other places in India where you can just like where the infrastructure is there. So you can always come. And then we're also a community called Gaia. So like we are spread out wherever you go. I found your place. Just like come
Mhm.
in. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait.
We would love to have you. As soon as you can book your tickets, just fly to like Chennai and come to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, deal, deal. Uh,
Yes, I would really definitely love to have you. I cannot express it in words.
it's
The
gonna happen.
expression is also going away.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yes, yes. So, what are you guys doing in the retreat?
So we've been having breatharian talks. We've been having, you know, pranic meetups. We've really been spreading the pranic message on pranic nourishment, pranic living. And also, when we get together in these energy vortexes, we're going off, we're hiking, we're doing a lot of meditation in these different places. Yeah?
Um,
1 second.
which guest are you meeting?
Oh, they're going to be coming over here. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you know their names or what unit they're in?
No, but usually they drive around here. They're going to meet up, and then we're just going to go off to the next trail. Yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Oh, is there a trail like that?
It's going to be either the Crescent Moon or Schnebley Hill this time.
Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't aware of that. Okay.
yeah.
Um,
No worries.
but you're not currently communicating with any of the guests.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, Yeah.
Cool. Just make sure you're being courteous. All
Hey,
right.
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
If people start giving you a side eye, I might have to move you along, but
Okay. Okay.
we'll see how it goes. Okay.
No worries.
Yeah,
No worries.
keep your ears on your can. Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. Appreciate it. It's Matthew?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Matthew.
Sorry, what was your name again?
Jerome.
Jerome.
Jerome. Yeah.
Right. Cool.
All
Nice
right.
to meet you.
You as well. You as we're working with it, you know. We're doing what we can. So
It's awesome.
can you refresh me? What was the question once again, Kartika?
Uh, what were we talking about? I don't know. I was just sending love to people when you were talking to that person.
Let,
Okay. Um, we were talking about you coming to India. Oh yes, I think I asked you what's happening in the retreat, and then you said that you're sending out the pranic message.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so today we have a meetup at a different point or a different trail or a different hiking center here. And we gather together, we do meditation together, you know, we do qigong together, we work with the energy together, and we just continue building the energy, you know, in the camaraderie, in the community, and also just in the congregation. Yeah, so it just continues to build. You know.
Wow. Wow. So how many days is it that you're
It's
doing this?
completely 5 days. So we started on Wednesday, so we're gonna end on Sunday, and then I'll be leaving on Monday till the next adventure.
Oh, beautiful. And is it just that other people can also know if they want to be a part of it in any way? Is it that anyone like can just join in, or is there any criteria that they have to follow if they want to be part of the retreat?
This is like an in-person retreat. So even though he is recording some of his talks and he's putting it on his YouTube channel, so him and Shayna Dean, the light being, Elitam Elamin and Shayna Dean, they both have YouTube channels. Hers is Prana Talk TV with her and Elitam, and then his is just Elitam Elamin. So you can tune in on them, but the other things are just in person. So everything is just in person here in Sedona. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's
But they keep.
yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. What were you saying?
So yeah, he's so busy. He's got so much energy, you know, you can tell that he's actually doing multiple like online retreats in the middle of our in-person retreat. So before we
Wow.
even our retreat in person, he's actually doing retreats online. So he's connected,
Wow.
you know, all the world, you know, same as
Wow.
us right now.
Wow. Beautiful. If anyone wants to like join any of these retreats, they should go to Elitom's website or Shanadane's website, right? That they can
Exactly.
find through the channel.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Is
Yeah.
can anyone come and be a part of the retreat, or there is the criteria for like other online retreats or even the offline retreats?
I don't know that there's any restrictions or criteria for um for people coming. Yeah, no. I think it's just,
Okay,
you know, however you can get there, you can get there. Yeah.
okay. Awesome,
People have
awesome.
come
We
from
also
all over. People have driven here. People have flown here. You know, people have road tripped here. So, yeah, wherever you can come from, they come. Hmm.
That's beautiful. I would love to come to one of these retreats for sure. But whenever, you know.
Yeah.
So
And
we
this
have one
will be his
question.
last one in a little while. Since he's going to Africa right after this, this will be his last one in the States for a little while. So that's why people were kind of like, okay, you know, rushing to try and come get it. But we'll see what happens next. You never know with this guy.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I would say for all the states, you know, you don't know what happens. It's the flow. So, uh, you're one of the saints, though. Oh, I got it. You don't know. It's the flow. You're one of the saints, though. Something like that.
Oh!
You never know where they go with the flow.
Okay, for sure.
Oh,
For sure.
oh my God. The rainbow.
I see how you
All
flow.
these light beings on the show. Yeah.
See, you make this fun. You make it so fun. I appreciate it.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's all flowing
And
from you.
just how you made it fun, there's the sun. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
this out. She made it fun, and there goes the sun. We finally have it. You know, it's peeking. It's peeking through. So yeah, what were you about to say? Go ahead.
I was I was saying Sun Ray is asking, are you dry fasting while you are on doing the retreat?
Yes, some people are dry fasting, some people are juice fasting, and some people are just, intermittent fasting and just taking it easy. Everybody's doing kind of like their own thing. There's really no pressure. So I still am with the liquids, but a little less than usual. Less than usual, yeah. Yeah. So I just kind of
Okay.
feel into my body and just feel what it wants to do. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I think that's the flow. That's the true flow, right, of life that we should be like always free to do what we want to instead of forcing. But I had a question. So some people in the when they're trying to do conscious expansion, they take some disciplines. For example, maybe no sex, becoming a brahmachari, and um, some of them would do it because their desires are gone, but some of them would just do it as a discipline. So what, like, how does one decide?
Ooh.
I mean,
Ooh. Ooh.
essentially, I know it's like, it's the calling of the spirit that you have to see. Okay, is it asking you to keep the discipline, or is it like, just like whatever, you have to like listen to your soul. What is it that's telling you? But if there was like any other way to go about it, like, to find it out.
Exactly, exactly. That's a great question, Kartika, because with our different disciplines, our different practices, and our different modalities, how does one control that sexual energy? How does one control the Kundalini? When we're talking about like the way that you dance and the way that you flow, and how you talked about how the energy erupts and only the dance remains, and then all of this energy that you're transmuting, one can call all of that energy sexual energy, creative energy, sacral energy, coming from that second chakra. So how do you feel that energy can it be controlled? Can it be contained?
I would never want to. Nah. It would just like seem the opposite thing to do.
Hmm. And why would you never want to do that?
Because it's just out of the flow. It's like it's so opposite to my true nature. It's like
Right,
this is what I'm here to do, to express myself, to just be abundant, to
right.
like have all of this energy. So why would I stop it? If I stop it, I will get sick.
Hmm. Okay. So it's less sickness and less stress when you're able to express, you know. You'll always feel at your best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
be
was a
best.
good one.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah. So another question that came to me is how would you define Kundalini energy?
Mm. Oh my gosh. I love these today, Kartika. You coming with that fire. You coming with that fire, girl. All right. So, Kundalini is something that I'm still coming into. I'm still learning more about. I feel like I had my first big ignition, my big experience with that Kundalini energy when I was in California. I was in a small studio apartment in downtown Los Angeles. And during this time, I was doing meditation daily. It was like a ritual, not just a routine or a regimen. It was a literal, like a ritual for me every day, Qigong all day long. And then this long meditation by Jasmuheen, which it was like a love meditation I got from Jasmuheen's book. Oh, you know about that. Okay. she's like,
I do it every day.
okay, there you go. So see, that's why you in the flow. There you go. You already know.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. I do it every day so that my desires are always on fire.
Oh my gosh. So you know what I'm talking about. You know, when it hits you, it hits you. And it was like there was this one day, it felt like after a long meditation, Kartika, it felt like my body, something clicked and my body just came into alignment. And it was almost like a light switch that had been off or had been dormant. It just cut on. And it was like the light was on and my body was on and my energy was on and my bliss was on and everything was just, oh my gosh, you know, it was electric. And I was wondering,
Wow.
going crazy because I was like, how am I feeling this orgasmic and sex has not taken place? I haven't had any, you know, sexual experience, you know, but it was orgasmic. The energy was like very, very alive. So it followed me throughout my entire day. Wherever I walked, the energy was with me. Whenever I drove, the energy was with me. Wherever I went, the energy was with me for a whole day. I was blissful. And I was just high, you know? So that's what I describe as like Kundalini. And I was asking myself the question, do, do people feel like this all the time? Like, is it possible to feel like this constantly, you know? So that's when more questions
Wow.
started to come. So thank you for that, you know? You
Wow.
brought me down
Wow.
memory lane.
Can you say that again?
Yeah, you brought me
You,
down memory lane. I appreciate that. Yeah.
wow, beautiful. Would you say someone, so can, yeah, so since these words, we cannot like, okay, someone says Kundalini energy and what is that, Like, how do I know? So would you say that the saints experience it all the time, this energy, like, that you said, I don't know.
I don't know, you know, since I'm not in their body, you know, I don't know if that's their experience all the time. All I know is it felt like an electricity. It felt like a current going up and down my spine, up and down, up and down. It was electric. And when I look at Elitam, when I look at Shayna, you know, they're energy junkies. You know that, right? They're like, they're what they call blissaholics. They're blissaholics. They're junkies. They really get off on energy, like anything that has to do with the light, anything that has to do with bliss, anything that has to do with, you know, cultivating this energy. They really enjoy it to the fullest, you know, almost to the point where when Ellie Tom is speaking, there'll be times in conversation, Kartika, where he'll be like, oh my gosh, I just got high, you know, like, you know, he's like so much in that energy field that he just has no choice but to laugh, but to smile, but to, you know, your cheeks start hurting, you know, after a while. It's just so much.
Yeah, yeah. I feel it. I feel it. I kind of know, but maybe there are different levels to it, and I don't know. I really don't know. It's just like when the experience comes, then you know, otherwise, what you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
So it's beautiful. It's just beautiful.
Yeah. And like you said,
Yeah,
if this is all a game, you know, if it's just a game, then there's always different levels. Every
yeah,
video game levels, you know.
yeah, yeah. But I have experienced this, like, when I am just dancing and then there is this like energy that I can move up and then it goes and opens and also feeling orgasmic, you know, just with the dance, like, you can like be like, oh my God, no, no, it's happening, kind of a thing. Though I wouldn't do it everywhere because people will be like,
Right.
so sometimes I just like stop. I'm like,
Right.
no, this is not the right time. But
Right.
yeah, this is very interesting. This is very interesting. Something that I would like to explore, with myself
So,
when I'm with myself. Huh?
so you would say that there's a time and a place. You would say that.
Yeah. Yeah, in the world, like mostly I would say my vibe attracts my place and people, and mostly I would not care. But sometimes it can be maybe too much. Like, I don't know, maybe I stop myself.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Because,
but
you know,
yeah,
I'm so interested, and I hear stories like you know, Paramahansa Yogananda.
yeah,
So, like the autobiography of a yogi, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard stories about how Yogananda used to, when he was really young, would sneak and hide in the closet to sneak meditations, you know, because he enjoyed meditation so much that that was the most blissful experience, that he only wanted to have time for that, you know? Like someone
Yeah.
who's that with the energy, that in love with the energy, it's like you found a new lover.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I completely understand that one also, and I think that is what I try to do with my life as well. Like just like going around, if I don't like the space, I would, and like just the whole, as you were asking, the whole idea of spending time with yourself, and you said, oh, what satisfies you in that? Why do you do it? So like every morning, just like sitting with myself and just like going within, even though no one asked me to, but like because that's the most beautiful thing. And as you share this experience, learning more and more to connect over there, even through the art, why else would we do it? And this was one of my learnings, since I always talk about ayahuasca as well, and from different spiritual experiences, is that it told me just do whatever you want to do. Like just it's like, and when we do that, like it's how amazing it is when we say no to things that we don't want in life. Oh my God, how many gifts can come through. So yeah, it's a beautiful one to
Wow.
just follow the bliss.
Yeah, there's so much power in that too, you know, power in saying no. In saying no, you're actually saying yes, you know?
Yeah.
We don't see it that way all the time, Kartika, but when we say no, we're also saying yes.
It is true. Wow, that's a very good one. It makes me feel better. It's like, because sometimes you'd be like, dude, why am I saying no to things? And then it's a good one because you're saying yes to something else. Oh, wow.
Act,
Good
act,
one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
liberation, liberation.
can you think for yourself, like maybe even an opportunity that came to you, or somebody that came to you with something and they wanted to put it on your plate, but you had to say no, you know? Can you think of a situation like that?
An opportunity. Well, I've said no before when people wanted to do something, and then I was not ready because I felt that I'm not in a space to give right now, and they kind of like, taking too much, and it's not a flow. Then I've said no, but an opportunity. Yeah. Mm, yeah.
So it's more
Well, a
situation
lot
that,
of times, go ahead, go ahead. I would love to hear.
so it was more the times when you felt like you didn't have as much to give, so you said no. Yeah.
No, it was more like I felt that now it's it's coming from a space from the person where my kindness is being taken advantage of. So it's like you give, you give, you give, and then somebody's like, you give your finger, you're like, "Okay, give me your hand," and you give your hand, and you're like, give me your, like, full, left side, and then you're like, okay, I need to keep something for myself. Not maybe keep something to myself, but maybe I don't want to feed into your pattern because it's like now the energies are like, going down. So yeah,
True. I
probably.
resonate. Yeah, because
Huh?
we can't pour from an empty cup. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
you got to fill the cup.
Yeah, and I also think our responsibility is just us. And then if you want to do something, then you expand that us, this vibrational field, and like, you just like give it out. But what we need to like work with is this mostly. And then when this is full, then you find union, and then in that union, if you give, that's the best way to give.
Mhm. I agree. You know, and conversely, Kartika, on the opposite end, have there been times in your life where you feel like you've said yes to too many things?
Yeah, so many times. That's when I learned, no, I need to, as you said, I need to say yes to myself and not to like the things outside. So many times it has happened. It's been like a full journey of that.
Nice, nice. Nice. So it's all a learning. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all.
yeah, uh, yeah. It's a beautiful game. What about you? Did you also ever feel that you said yes to too many things sometimes in your life?
Definitely. You know, I'm definitely guilty when it comes to saying yes. So I had to learn the power of no. And no became a blessing for me because, you know, somebody once told me that if someone tells you no, it just stands for next opportunity. That's the acronym of no, next
Wow.
opportunity. But if you're able to say no and go to the next opportunity, you can use the power of now. And the power of now is no opportunity wasted. So
Wow.
no wasted. And so I realized that having love for myself is not selfish. So I'm
Yeah.
taking the opportunity to give more to myself instead of expending all of that into everything else, you know?
This is
And you
beautiful. Yeah.
do that for your health. Yeah. Yeah.
What was the last part? It was breaking. What did you say?
Yeah. You do it for yourself and you do it for your health, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. So, this is really, really beautiful because I think a lot of like people, most of us are giving too much. Most of us. I think this is one of the biggest problem of human consciousness where people are like, oh, that person is sad. And then they just like, instead of like making them self-centered and helping the other person, they just go. And then it's like a loop and a loop and a loop that keeps forming. And at some level, it comes from the space of love because they want to love, but they just don't know how to love. So, uh, as you said, like this was something that I also read in a book today, which is, you know, sometimes the universe says no to you because there's a better thing that it has in store for you. So, it's all about like we're always on the divine realm if we just have the eyes to see,
Yes.
because it's always happening for us, like all the time. It's just about perspective, like, and if you keep seeing that you're stepping and stepping and stepping in this divine, dimension, and things are just like flowing for you. So yeah, it's just about training how to see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perspective. Yeah. Perspective is so key, you know, learning how to see. Yeah.
Yes. And I have come to my parents' house right now, so we have Diwali festival, which is gonna be in India, the Festival of Lights, and it's quite special here in India. So my mother wanted to come, wanted me to come. So yeah, and then I can like see how we have these ancestral things that we carry on, and these patterns. They say if you think you are enlightened. Go live a week in your family, with your family. And I think I saw it on your story. You said you can't be a prophet in your house. So when you're with your parents. So I see my pattern. It's beautiful, It's really nice, just like walking with them. What is your experience with living with your family, and like where is your family? How much time do you spend with them?
Yeah, you know, I don't spend too much time with my whole family. My family is spread out. They're very spread apart. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I did get the opportunity to spend some time with my distant family, my distant relatives that I had never met before in Sweden, actually. So when I visited Europe, I went to different places. I went to Italy, Germany, where I was born. So I was able to visit my birthplace, and I was able to go to Switzerland, see some friends, and then also Sweden to see my family. So I got to spend time with them. They got to see how, you know, I move and maneuver throughout this matrix. And they were able to, we were still able to have a kinship and a relationship, even though we hadn't really met formally and hadn't had so much of a relationship over the years. They were still able to embrace, you know, all the different qualities of me. So I really find that, you know, awesome that we can still find the ways in which we can love each other and not feel above each other or below each other, but feel like
Wow.
we're the, you know, feel like we're the same. Yeah.
Oh. I think this is like the most beautiful light that you like put out, and it's like so healing. It's so healing, which is like, ah, that we're not above or below, because that is when we are caught up. And you're always like, when you meet and talk to people, especially, this is how I connected so deeply with you, because I was like, oh, you have these feelings when you don't know somebody and they're doing like this awesome in life. And well, if like you receive with love, then that is the most awesomest thing, that means they're really awesome. So I think this is your beautiful message and light that you're sending out to people, that you're not above or below, you're the same. So I'm sure your family must have experienced as well. But usually, do you not visit your family so much? It's only like a little bit.
Yeah, so usually I'm alone. I mean, I've been able to find solace in my own solitude. So I've had the advantage when I was young, being an only child, growing up with just me. I kind of went out to make friends and rode my bike through the neighborhood. But I've always found inspiration from isolation. So there are times when I get around a congregation and I get around a group of people, and it's really nice and it's really powerful to be around the right people, the right group. But I can be alone without being lonely, which I can't
Yeah.
say the same for everyone else. I know some people that they can't be by themselves without feeling lonely. So for me, it just hasn't been like that. So I'm quite comfortable with me, and I stay alone most of the time. I take myself out on dates.
Yeah, for sure. It's
Yeah,
amazing. It's
yeah.
amazing.
So you can be what do they say? If you don't if you don't enjoy being with yourself, then you're just in bad company. I think somebody said that, that you can be
Wow.
in even when you're alone. You don't need somebody else to complete that or to compete that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree with that. So, it's interesting because in India, there is this like really fabric of uh, this joint families, and like this culture which is about, you have to take care of your elderly, and you have to keep visiting. And in some ways, like, I feel also for our own healing, for some people it's so important to have this, like, depth of like clarity of love bond that you have with your parents. And in some ways, like, coming back and just spending time with them, at some levels I feel, that this is, I have a desire to do this as well, but at some um, places maybe it comes from the culture also, that just coming to my parents and giving some energy, it's like in some ways like positively impacting their life, or just like creating a deeper bond.
Right.
So yeah, it's very much in. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, great point, Kartika. That's why I make it a point to wherever I go, I send something back. I make sure to send something. So I'll send my mom and my dad, which they live in different places. I'll send them postcards. I'll send them gifts. I'll send them souvenirs, things that I get at gift shops. And I'll send them back little mementos of, memories of my travels. So it makes a
Yeah,
difference, yeah, to receive
yeah,
that energy.
for sure, for sure. And I think essentially what matters.
Or like working on something.
Sure, I can move around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. I guess you got a few more things. I can bring them to you.
I can't charge it anymore?
No, I gotta move you.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
more of like an out of sight thing.
Thank you
You can
so
still,
much.
you can still like do
Thank
whatever.
you. I appreciate
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
All right. All right.
I have stuff for you.
I have to keep going. They said I have to move on. They don't need me here
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
But no worries.
Yes.
So go ahead. What were you saying, Kartika? Continue.
Yeah, I think what matters is also essentially is how is it that we feel for our parents. And once we have this like loving flow going on, especially like with meditations, like Jasmine, she was the one that kind of trained me into sending this loving energy to my parents like every day. And this was like so rewarding for my own consciousness, and to build this like, energy field of love. So I think that's the most essential part, and then you can express it in the physical realm as you desire and please, like not you, but in general, anyone. I don't know. This is how
Yes,
I
it is.
see it. You're kind of breaking now.
Yeah, yeah. Apology. Is the connection breaking at the moment? Okay.
Now we got you.
Uh-oh. Is the connection acting up a little bit?
Now, yeah, it was, but now it's fine. Maybe what we can do is we can wrap up for today, and you could just share, like, where is it that people can find you and your work and whatever you offer, so that everyone who wants to get the bliss out of your light can reach out to you.
To get
It's
the
the truth.
bliss out. Oh man, to get the bliss out. I love this. To squeeze the juice, right? Oh man, the truth. I love it. So thank you, Kartika. Thank you for allowing me back on your show, back on Expand Love, back in this consciousness, back in your cozy little cove that you have created for others, you know. And your presence is medicine. You know, I really just want to reflect and just connect and let you know that I respect everything that you're doing for the collective. You know, thank you for your fresh perspective. We need this today. We need
Oh
this.
my God. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Wow, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Wow, the flow is so, like, I'm so humbled. Thank you so much. Thank you for your flow. Thank you for your glow. Thank you for the light that shines so bright inside and outside, everywhere where you step up. Thank you so much.
All right, you too. All right. Of course. You know, it's a pleasure. It's an honor. And just to answer your question, for anyone who wants to find out more on Instagram at jromeshaw, you can find all the links in the bio there. There's also something that I've been really proud about lately, that I've been producing a lot more content when it comes to pranic living, pranic nourishment, and that's the Pranic Patreon. So you can just go to that website, patreon.com/pranic path, and you should find everything there that you would need there. So thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to doing this again soon. Good.
Yay, yes, thank you so much. Thank you for your light, and you have a very beautiful retreat, and looking forward to connecting with you again and sending you so much love, Jerome. All my love for you. All my love for you. Thank you.
All right, let's keep expanding.
Let's keep expanding.
Take care.
Love you.
Bye bye.